And good morning at 7:04 on this Monday, November 17th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome on a frosty morning, somewhat frosty on this Monday morning. We want to welcome MJ back. We survived without her. And condolences to the loss to Ole Miss Saturday night. That was a good ball game, though. Anyway, we're on the air. It's a Monday morning. We're on the air for Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main in Lebanon. I guess we could say Matt Bryson's Absolute Kubota. Mm-hmm. Ryan Cornwell is here this morning. Ryan, good morning.
Good morning.
Is that as correct as far as you're concerned? Matt Bryson is Absolute Kubota.
Yep, he'd be the owner.
Well, Ryan is in sales, and we have a lot to talk about. There's really, you've got so much to offer at Absolute Kubota. The Kubota line of tractors and hay equipment and zero-turn mowers and RTVs, and, of course, you carry the X-Mark zero-turn mowers. But we're not going to be talking a lot about mowers for a while, I guess, but all the other things that you do, and always good to see you. So get us started this morning.
Yeah, well, with mowers, right now we've still got some in stock. So if you want to get a good deal on one, now's a good time to come by and get it. As with all of our products right now, what we're offering as a special is going to be an extra year of Kubota's Orange Protection Program. So normally, mowers will come with 4, but you'll get a full 5 years of Orange Protection warranty on your machine. Buying one right now, even save a little bit of money towards the end of season. So now's a pretty good time to buy a mower if you know that's something that you need. And kind of other things that we're going to be really promoting over the next few weeks, as we talked about last week, would be the end of year tax write-offs for businesses and farms. Right. So those are kind of a big deal right now.
Well, that would include, of course, the zero-turn mowers, but it would include all the other stuff, too, especially somebody's in the farming business, whether large or small. Right. If you have to do an income tax on the farming that you do, then any of this ought to be of interest to you. At least check it out.
Absolutely. Tractors, mowers, hay equipment. We just got 2 balers in last week from Kubota, so we got balers in stock. Disc mowers also came in, so they're fresh from the factory right now.
Well, the other, there's 3 others I'll just mention here, 3 other brands, the Red Max Outdoor Power Equipment, the Land Pride and Hustler brands. Yeah. So I don't know what all they offer, but let's say some auxiliary equipment.
We do, yeah. So we stock, full Kubota line. We've also sell X-Mark with the mowers. A lot of our commercial and fleet guys are running the X-Marks. We're a Hustler dealer as well, so if you need a Hustler mower or Hustler parts, we can help you there. But the really big one that you mentioned would be Land Pride. Land Pride is owned by Kubota, and that's actually who makes all of our implements, like all of our buckets, attachments, everything like that. So, and the cool thing about Land Pride is when you finance a piece of Kubota equipment, if you do the 0% finance program, you can also do the implements, so like the bush hogs, the cutters, the post hole diggers, the box blades, all of those things for your tractor package that you buy. You can also finance those with the tractor. So you get the finance specials on those as well.
Well, being in sales, you know all about the financing, about the deals, and different. I'm sure Kubota comes up with special sales deals from time to time, right. And sometimes they'll last for a month, sometimes a quarter, right. But they do change from time to time.
They do, yeah. Generally, they're going to change every quarter, but like you said, they can change month to month. Right now, the really cool specials they're doing on like compact tractors, so our L series. So if you've got that like 5 to 20 acre property, it's a really great tractor for that place. There's like a $4,500 cash rebate right now. And the cool option you can do too is you can actually claim that $4,500 cash rebate and still finance that piece of equipment at 5.99%. for 12 to 84 months. So you can get $4,500 off of that machine right now and still finance some of it if you wish. You don't have to pay the whole thing in cash to claim the cash rebate. And on top of that right now, you can also get your first year of service and the extra year of Orange Protection that I mentioned earlier to give you a full 7 years of warranty on that powertrain.
Wow. Really some great deals.
Yeah, they really are right now.
Well, and of course, you do offer service after the sale, and the service department is done by Clint Kelly, who alternates with you. But But just to know that you got service after the sale, and if you have a breakdown, and of course, as you've already mentioned, you have good warranties with these too. I mean, they're Kubota stands and the others stand behind what you sell with long warranties. But sooner or later, you're going to need some service work.
You will. You'll need service and parts, and that's the cool thing about having us, buying from us, is you get us here in Lebanon. We're local to you guys, and we've been here for over 10 years now in business, so we'll always be here, and we'll have the parts that you need and the service that you need for years to come. One of the benefits of buying a Kubota and buying new.
And don't forget, between now and the end of the year, well, I guess any time you can do this. Actually, ride it off the lot, write it off your taxes.
That's right.
But we think more about taxes at the end of the year.
Everybody tends to think about it starting about December 30th. So.
but let's get on the ball.
Let's do it.
And do it a little bit earlier here.
That's right.
It'll make your life and their life easier.
That's right. It would make it a whole lot easier. But start thinking about it today.
Okay, you're open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday still 8 a.m. to noon till Thanksgiving.
This is our last weekend. Yep. So last Saturday.
All right. Next week's Thanksgiving, and afterwards closed on Saturday till the spring.
You got it.
All right. Well, Ryan, thanks so much for being with us. Appreciate your visit. Have a good week.
Thank you.
All right. Ryan Cornwell in sales at Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main in Lebanon. You can give him a call at 615-449-6171. Well, I have invited Terry Ash to be my guest this morning. Terry Ash, Sheriff Terry Ash, retired. That's the way we'll say it. Sheriff, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
It is really good to see you, and especially after having read most of this new book that you have called Daylight Moon, Vietnam. Reflection on a War I Never Left. Do you say that we've heard this pronounced both ways? Vietnam. What did you call it?
The Nam.
Nam. And Nam for short, actually.
Right. Yeah.
Well, again, welcome. It's good to see you again. You've got. We're going to get this out. I know you're going to be somewhere selling and hopefully selling and signing books this week.
Signed some at the Veterans Plaza this week, and then I'm going to be at the Chamber on Wednesday from 1 to 3, and got a couple more lined up, probably December the 6th out at the Armory, and got another location or two, just trying to work it in right now. Really, when I did this book, I know you read most of it, but it's done by Simon & Schuster, so it took a long time to vet with those people to do this book. So they're pushing it pretty heavy nationwide, so I'm just trying to see how it's going to turn out.
Well, it is well written, and I've read most of it. I haven't read every word all the way through, so I'll read some here and then skip over.
Coleman, the most important part's at the end of it.
Well, you have this lady, Terry Merriman, who was a Bill Speck discovery over at WEEN in Lafayette, and that's got her career started, I think.
She's been all over the world. So.
Well, I got to mention my friend Bill Speck. He was a great radio man, and I don't know whether he's still living or not. But
I don't. Kind of reminds me of the newest book I'm working on now. It's called Coleman, Coffee with Coleman, and I'm going to have that ready for you pretty soon.
Why did you wrote a book before called Ashes of Bluebird? A little bit thicker than this one, as I recall.
Right there.
Yeah. Oh, there you got a copy of it this morning.
Turn toward the camera, so you're supposed to. Supposed to do like this right here,
Facebook. Okay. You think of everything. Why another book?
Well, actually, Ashes of Bluebird was my second book. I did a documentary on turning 18 years old called Welcome to the Real World back several years ago. This book's always been in the making. It was harder than I thought Ashes of Bluebird was hard, but this was really in the making before Ashes of Bluebird. But I couldn't have done either one of them until after 2009. I know you've read enough in there to know that, and I took a lot out of this book. I had some pretty unique experiences, not only in Vietnam, but in life. And I've been very fortunate that, You know, my Savior's always walked with me, or I wouldn't be sitting here with you today. I can say that publicly. You know, I hope it don't offend anybody. You're going to hear it anyway. When you're going through something like this involving fear, you survive by faith.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to shine a little light on my life, put a little disinfectant on it, sunlight, to show that there was another side that nobody ever knew that I carried with me, and that's what's in this book here.
Well, it's a very interesting read, but it's a lot about war, and there's a lot about that it does something to you to read it. To be honest, it tears you up. It did me.
Well, it drug up a lot of demons, but a lot of Vietnam people read The Ashes of Bluebird. There was a couple of chapters in there about Vietnam, especially June the 6th, and you'll get to June the 6th, 1968, when you get to the end of the book. They said, why don't you write one about Vietnam? And there are 1 million books out there about Vietnam. I mean, they're everywhere. And so I said, well, I will. Then I wanted the best publisher in the country, which is Simon & Schuster. And so that process took me and Terry a while. They vetted me pretty heavy, make sure they could verify the stories, my character, good or bad. They won't put their name on anything unless, you know, you've been vetted. It took 8 months just to be vetted by them.
Wow.
To allow me to use their company. They don't take a lot of books in. They take a lot of books in, probably more than anybody. But they're very selective about how they do it. It was an honor just to get them to do this book.
Well, the book is available. You want to tell us how to get one quickly?
Well, they're on Amazon, Books A Million, Google Book, Goodread. I looked the other day, it's already in Japan and Australia. So I don't know anybody over there, but somebody might read it. But, you know, Ashes of Bluebird have done quite well. They were surprised. They were able to pull up how many people had hit this book here since 2012. And I'm almost embarrassed to tell you the number, but it was really high. So they went back and checked that book and the authenticity of that, and as we come forward with this book. And so with them pushing the publication of it, I'm hoping to do well. But Coleman, I want to say this before I say anything else. I'm not trying to make any money off this book. I'll never get the money back. I've got invested in it for what that's worth.
Okay.
You don't write books to make money. You write books to tell a story. And the most important thing is telling the story. And then if you make some money, well, that's great. But if you don't, you told the story. And that's people that will say, I want to write a book. Well, you want to tell a story about your life, then tell the story and don't worry about what it's going to cost to get it done. Just make sure you do it right. And that's kind of like I tried to do everything else. I want to do them right.
Sheriff Terry Ash, my guest. We'll take a break right here on Coleman & Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Absolute Kubota. Premium brands require premium parts and service. Contact Absolute Kubota's Elite Certified Service Department to schedule an appointment. 449-6171. Now at traffic. Here's Chuck.
Good morning. Still a little bit slow up here in Antioch from that earlier truck fire, and it was a good one, too, on 2040 eastbound, just before Harding Place. And they've got it under control, but it still has traffic really heavy out here in Antioch in both directions, mostly in the westbound lanes. That's rubbernecking coming up through there in Antioch right now. It's already heavy, passing Bell Road, Haywood Lane, headed towards Nashville on 24 westbound. Hey, when you need dependable towing for a car or truck, call STR Towing and Recovery. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
You know Dasher.
Ready for Christmas? AM 900 WKDA has got you covered. Starting in December, AM 900 will be broadcasting Christmas classics from 11 a.m. every weekday until 6 a.m. the next morning and all weekend long. Your favorites like Gene Autry, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, and Bing Crosby.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Great artists from the 40s through the 70s like Brenda Lee, Johnny Mathis, Rosemary Clooney, Nat King Cole, and even some Elvis.
Have a blue blue.
Plus, we'll have a variety of modern rock, pop, and country stars, along with kids' favorites like the Muppets and Alvin and the Chipmunks. Get in the Christmas spirit, starting in December with WKDA AM 900.
This is Dave Pahanish. I'm so excited to be a part of the 4th annual Sips and Sounds, Thursday, November 20th at the Farm Bureau Expo in Lebanon with my friends Terry Jo Box and James Slater for a night of songs and stories that support Wilson Rides Incorporated, a non-profit empowering older adults in Wilson County with safe, reliable transportation, food boxes, and community lunches. Get your tickets at wilsonridesinc.org or call 615-622-5557.
Cedar City RV, your destination for all things camping. Whether you're looking for travel trailers, fifth wheels, or anything in between, Cedar City RV has you covered. We proudly offer top brands like Forest River, Palomino, Rockwood, Coachman, and more. Plus, expert service after the sale to keep you on the road with confidence. Financing is available, making it easier than ever to start your next adventure. Visit us online at cedarcityrv.com or stop by our location at 1102 Sparta Pike in Lebanon to explore new and previously enjoyed models today.
Coleman and Company on a Monday morning. Sheriff Terry Ash. I can't say I can, but I don't like to say former. You're Sheriff Terry Ash, even though you're not sheriff anymore.
It's like I told Judge Haywood Berry, you're still Judge Haywood Berry, whether you want to be or not.
Well, we're here to talk about. You're here to talk about your book, Daylight Moon. That's a type. But everything just about that I've read here has to do with you going to serve your time over in Southeast Asia, and what it was like, what your life had been like, and of course your father. You mention your father a lot in this book, and what happened to him, and what did happen changed your life considerably prior to your service. It's a sad story, Terry.
Well,
really.
You lose your father at 10, almost 11, and today's my brother's birthday. God bless him. He'd be 79 today. We kind of raised each other and had to fall back on one another, and probably worse than death. I mean, he was hospitalized for 31 years in the VA hospital, and all my later years of peace of understanding about my father was going to visit him in the hospital. And it was hard for us. We lost our farm because Mama couldn't keep it up.
Well, the thing about it, he was hit by a drunk driver, and he didn't have any insurance.
Nobody had insurance in the 50s, kind of, stuff like that. So we moved from house to house. I always told people I'd sleep in every house at Crossroads, and pretty much we did. I mean, every family out there took me and my brother in, and cousins and aunts and uncles, and for a number of months. And then every summer I went to Hartsville and worked at Charleston County in tobacco crops, and we raised our money to buy school clothes. And then we had to move to Lebanon in town, and then we both started delivering newspapers. He had a primary route and I had a secondary route, and that's just the way it had to be. Mother had to be helped, and so we worked to help Mama, and there's a lot about that in there. And she played piano in the church, and I had to go in the church door every time, Sunday night, Wednesday, vacation Bible school, because Mother played the piano. So.
Well, you do tell about when just prior to leaving for the service and going, you'd been eating hamburgers like most of us, I guess, burgers and fries, but you were going to have a steak. I thought that was kind of cute. You'd never had a steak before.
Never had a steak till I was 18 years old. So I didn't even know how to order it. And a man asked me the other day, so how do you remember all this stuff? I said, well, my brother used to laugh, you got such good recall memory. And that helped me in my criminal investigation years, too, being able to recall stuff. But I really had never had that steak, and my old car just about quit running, and I needed to sell it, and I was getting ready to be shipped out, and I said, I'm going to have a steak. I would have carried a girlfriend, which I don't think I really had a real one then, but I couldn't afford 2 steaks. I saw that. They had about $3 or $4 a piece.
Well, most of this book, though, is about your time in Vietnam, and I don't know how much of that you want to talk about. It's you still relive some of those terrible.
Well, yeah.
Were you over there 2 years approximately?
Well, a little over years. time that I was obligated to that place. You know, people always talk about, they say, were you in the Nam, were you afraid? And they say, nah, they lied. Anybody was there was afraid. I never slept in a foxhole with an atheist. There may have been some that came over there, but they didn't leave there being an atheist. You survive there by faith, pure adrenaline and courage. Those that are in combat, I mean, we talk a lot about combat. I've never talked about it much here or out in the public very much, and until I went to Window Rock, Arizona in 2009 and met the family of my machine gunner that was killed in that ambush. But it was a hard time, and I lost a lot of good friends. I write about them toward the end of the book. A good friend, William Pate, Florida, we were in bad firefight and been in it 4 or 5 hours, and I was out of ammunition. He slides into my little sandy hole and says, "Hey, Sarge, I need some water." And I gave him some water, and I said, "I need some ammo." He gave me some ammo. He turned his canteen up, and the bullet went right through the canteen. And so, you know, those type of things, you don't just lay them down when you come home. And so, in my daddy's day, fighting on Guadalcanal and Peleliu and Tarawa and places in World War II in the jungles, he didn't have anything to come home for as mental health counseling or anything like that. And actually, what hurt Vietnam veterans is they were in combat one day, shipped home 2 days later. They didn't spend 30 days on a boat coming back from such and such. So it was always a big transition from the combat zone to West Main in Lebanon. And when you think about it, so I think that caused a lot of issues. But yeah, I mean, I've lived with those things, and I slept with those things, and not ashamed to talk about them. But they were real hard times. And
well, one of the things, and you've mentioned this more than once, I've the fact that you had so many and it got fairly close to that you lost, but you survived, and I mean, it's almost got to be God protected you.
Well, the ambush in the end, you know, I lost my entire recon team, and I was the sole survivor in a hellacious ambush, almost midnight on June the 6th. And as the last wave of North Vietnamese charged us, I was firing away, and more grenades and stuff went off. Anyway, I laid over and played dead.
Yeah.
And they come right up and took my M16 right out of my hand. So you live with those things, but you learn to live with those. And I think that what makes me good working with veterans, because they understand and I understand their situations.
Oh, I'm about to forget. We've got a book we can give away this morning. And if you'd like to be the first person to call this number right now, 615-444-9899. That's our contest number here at the station, 444-9899. We've got a free book for the first caller here, compliments of Terry Ash.
My family can't win. By the way, my beautiful daughter, Jessie Fish, owns Dreams Boutique. So we'll probably have some books there during the holidays, maybe right after Thanksgiving. She said, "Daddy, you can put them down here if you want to." And we did that before. I'm looking at another place. So trying to make it available locally, and I'll go to a civic club or anything like that if somebody likes. But
well, I have certainly enjoyed reading. And I've read most of it, but I do skip around a little bit. But to be honest, you start open it up just to wherever it falls open. You start reading, you can't hardly put it down, especially till you read that part. That's the way I've.
God gave me the gift to gab and the gift to write, and I just put it off a long time, and it's a commitment. You know, I spilled a lot of tears writing this book, but that's okay. A man that won't cry won't fight, Coleman, trust me. And so I put my heart, I took so much out of it, gore out of it, because Simon & Schuster wanted it taken out. We want to make it where you could put it in the right format to be, you know, whether it's for children or adults or whatever. So we've got it there written the way it needs to be done.
Well, our winner is Delane Freeman Smith.
All right. Well, I got a friend there with a book.
Everybody about
I wonder if she's going to give that to the judge. See, that CK still going to be the judge as long as he lives, whether he sat on the bench or not.
All right. We've got about a minute left, Terry, so go over where you're going to be and the books.
Well, I'll be at the Chamber Wednesday from 1 to 3, and I know I'll be out at the National Guard Armory December the 6th, which is our Wilson Warriors, which we're inviting retired law enforcement. Listen up out there, guys. Retired law enforcement, retired firefighters, and veterans to come to this breakfast because firefighters and police officers are now veterans for this country. They're treated that way, and the Wilson Warriors are going to respect them that way. And so we've got some real nice people who sponsored this event, about 9 different people who sponsored it. And we're going to honor the 281 American Legion in Mount Juliet for all their services they've been doing on these funerals for the last 5 years. They have done hundreds of funerals for veterans, and I don't know if the public realizes who those men and women are, but they are the American Legion in 281, and our organization is going to honor them on that day.
Well, congratulations on a book, a well-read one you can't hardly put down when you start, and I can say that from experience, and thank you for the autographed copy that I have here, and I hope you sell a lot of them.
I hope I do, too. Thank y'all for having me the opportunity to come out this morning.
That's part one of Coleman and Company. More coming up right here on FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. This update, want to thank our friends at Bates Ford. Bates Ford, they are located at 1780 Franklin Road. And, of course, they've always got some great deals going on. The Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. It's $69.95 up to 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal, tire rotation, and safety check. You get so much from Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road. Again, that's $69.95 for the Works Vehicle Checkup. Now with traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. People are still staring at this truck that caught fire earlier. It looks like it could be out here for a little bit longer. 24 eastbound near Harding Place. Of course, it's heavy in the westbound lanes this time of the morning as you work your way up from Antioch there into Davidson County. As traffic gets heavier, 65 south at Trinity Lane. It's really starting to build. I-40 through the Mount Juliet area. Stein Dental Care in Nashville. Over 350 5-star wonderful Google reviews. Give them a call today at Stein Dental Care in Nashville. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing.
Need a venue for your next corporate training, meeting, luncheon, or customer appreciation event? These are just a few of the event options that the Farm Bureau Expo Center can accommodate within its 79,000 square feet of adaptable event space. The Farm Bureau Expo Center offers unparalleled versatility for corporate events in Wilson County. Come on by and check us out. For booking details as well as upcoming events, visit farmbureauexpo.com or find us on Facebook. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Farm Bureau Expo.
You can expect partly cloudy skies for today. Highs will be in the upper 60s. Partly cloudy this evening, giving way to a few showers overnight. Lows in the mid-50s. Then mostly cloudy on our Tuesday. Rain showers still possible. Highs in the lower 70s. This weather forecast brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions.
Welcome to part 2 of Coleman and Company. Here on a Monday morning, it's time to talk with Gail Hellam about the Farm Bureau Expo Center. Gail is Director of Marketing and Events, and here each Monday to tell us what's going on. It looked like you had another good weekend when I passed by.
We certainly did. We had a sports memorabilia show. So for all of those sports fans out there, you included, there was anything and everything that you had an interest in was there was representation out there for sure.
Really?
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, even Josh, I think, had a table, or a family member of his had a table out there. Sports card trading and that type of stuff I don't know a whole lot about personally, but there was a lot of activity, and it was different, and that's part of the goal, is to have different things.
Yeah.
So, I was very excited to have them.
Well, you're telling me you're probably going to have some big crowds this coming weekend.
Yeah. So if you need to go to the interstate, and typically drive down Bedore Parkway on your way to the interstate, you might want to take 231 because Varsity Spirit will be at the expo. It will be a very busy weekend for sure. They have Friday too, a whole weekend. Whole weekend. They moved up and added a day so they could move in and get started early because they had so many people register for it. So Varsity Spirit Cheerleading is going to dominate the traffic on Bedore Parkway. And I don't even know what's on the ag grounds. I'm just telling you what's in the expo. So it's just going to be congested. And if you want to avoid all that, it's not like you can't drive down there, but if you want to avoid it, I'd go down 231.
Okay, well, it's nice of you to tell us that. A little, of course, half of us won't remember, but maybe the other half will.
I probably won't remember.
What else we need to talk about?
Well, we have a nice little break coming up because it's Thanksgiving, and with the Ag Committee's support, we voted to protect kind of Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Easter, so the staff get some dedicated time off because we're a little different than the rest of the county in the fact that, when there's a holiday, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a holiday for us. Because if somebody books something, obviously we're going to be working it. But you can still book it if there's just a surcharge. If we're going to have to ask people to work the holiday, then we have a surcharge if you want to do that. And right behind that's mistletoe, and that's become one of the biggest ones that we have. We have two, and it's fast pacing to become bigger than September. So stand by. We'll be busy on that weekend as well. Plus we have events in South Hall on top of that. So busy stuff. It's the end of the year.
And you're still doing this pretty much with the same number of employees you've had?
Yep, haven't changed. Looking to possibly change the front desk job description because she's having to do more so the rest of us can do more. But, that's a discussion in progress. That's not anything that's been done yet. And on top of that, I did have an opportunity. I was invited by Del Webb in Mount Juliet to come out and talk about the expo. And that was fun. I got to talk to the men's club, and there were about 45, 50 people in the room. And they had great questions. And there was just a handful that hadn't been out to the expo. But I had to laugh because Billy would be very proud. The number one question was, when's the next gun show? Which I was proud to tell them it will be in December.
Well, that's really been a positive, a plus for you to get them to come here.
Well, they were already coming when I came on board, but we've worked with them. His number one goal right now is to try to get dates in the springtime, which is really hard when I've got cheerleading that I'm trying to fit in because they're on a schedule. But I will say one of the coolest things about RK Gun Show is, the type of event he has, I can usually call him and say, hey, I had something cancel. And as long as I can give him about 3 months notice, he can usually fit it in if he doesn't have his staff so spread thin that they can't be here. So he's very adaptable, which is very nice. And kudos to him. He's doing some smaller shows over at the Made in Tennessee building, and that confuses people because they're used to coming to the expo. No. So he had a smaller one at the Made in Tennessee building. I had a cheerleading event at the expo. He took the initiative to hire security to come to the front of the expo to reroute those gun show people. So I didn't have people coming to trade and sell guns coming through the front door while I got little cheerleaders coming through the front door. And I really appreciated that. I would have asked him anyway, but he did it on his own. Yeah. When I called, he'd already scheduled it. So,
all right, well, we're about to end of our time here this morning. Anything else before you let you go?
Just check out the website if you want to know what's going on. It's farmbureauexpo.com or Facebook. We do routinely post it there.
Find events, event details, and leasing information, and more.
That's correct.
See you next time.
Have a good week.
All right, you too. Gail Hallam, Director of Marketing and Events for the Farm Bureau Expo Center. And that leads us to about 22 before the hour, and time to introduce County Mayor Randall Hutto. Good morning.
Mr. Coleman.
Oh, let's see. You haven't you haven't seen a razor in 2 or 3 days.
So that No Shave November has started. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we've got it started.
What's No Shave November all about?
That's a good question. I really don't know that. I know there's some reason for it.
Well, who is doing this?
That's kind of a thing, I think. It's been going for a while. I'm going to find the answer after that, and I'll give that to Mike, and he will give the rest of the story tomorrow morning.
But you're not the only one, for sure.
No, I think it's kind of a thing.
Well, I'm not going to join you.
Okay. Well, it gives a chance to take off a little bit raising every morning. But
well, good to see you, and I know you've got plenty to tell us about, and I don't want to steal your thunder here. Okay. But County Commission meeting tonight, and we'll find out everything you've done since you last were here, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I'll try to be quick. We do have something special we're doing tonight that I thought was important to bring out. So I'm going to bring that out first before I do what I normally do on Mondays. November's a time for thankfulness, as we said, and tonight we're going to celebrate our county employees. Our office had said for several years now, they see people come and go, been there, dedicated most of their life to Wilson County government, and really maybe not a whole lot that we do to recognize them. And so the office went to work, and they reached out, and they found a sponsor, Rackley Roofing. Michelle Boykin is going to sponsor the event for tonight. And Sarah and Brooke and Susan and Christy, all in our office, went to work. And so they have, they're going to honor the 30, 35, and 40-year employees tonight at the County Commission meeting. They have a gift for each one of them, a really nice gift, which is good. And Michelle Boykin, which is with Rackley Roofing, they said, we're definitely behind our community. We do a lot of things, and we would love to sponsor this event. So it's not costing the taxpayer any dollars at all. There'll be a reception for the employees that we're honoring tonight. I'm going to read those to you in just a second. But from 6 to 7 o'clock, and the public's welcome to come, but their families will be there, the county commission will be there, and then we've invited the retirees as well to come tonight, and then we'll recognize them at the end. We won't have a gift for them, but we definitely will recognize them at the end of the people that are there, of their years of service as well.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, and then Wilson County TV is going to actually do a YouTube video of each one of them, kind of maybe telling a little bit of their story, and put that over the next month. And so, if you can, I'm going to read right quick just the people that are being honored tonight. You'll know some of these people for sure. Out of the Ag Center, Debbie Fisher is a 30-year employee currently working at the Ag Center, and Susan Gregory has dedicated 45 years of service in the circuit court. She'll be there tonight. And we'll have people like in the Ag Center. Josh Major will deliver her award. Circuit court, Debbie Moss will give her award out. Then in the clerk and master, we have Susan DeMumbrium, had 45 years of service for the clerk and master. And Mike Jennings, county attorney, along with many other hats. His award will be given by Wendell Marlowe tonight, but he will be presented for 35 years of service. Augie Vastola with County Buildings has been there 33 years. He lost his sister, so remember that in your prayers. So he will not be able to be there tonight. The county clerk's office tonight, Jim Goodall, 34 years of service. Stephen Goodall will give his award out tonight. And then Mr. Jim will present these awards. Stacy Wall, 31 years of service. Tammy Knowles, 34 years of service. Sandra Dowdy, 38 years of service. Then in general sessions, to be given by Judge Lee and Judge Tatum, Miss Millie Wong has been there 38 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And the property assessor, you have Kevin Woodard, which has been the property assessor for 30 years. And then you have Jeff White, which has been there for 35 years. Then in Register of Deeds, you have Beth Howard, will be there for 32 years. Miss Jackie Murphy will give her award out. Then Mr. Steve Murphy has served for 34 years, and Bobby Franklin will give his award out tonight. Steve then will present 2 awards, Tommy Cooper with 30 years and Alan Yelton with 30 years. Then we go to the Sheriff's Department. Sheriff's Department there are 5 members there that will be honored tonight receiving the awards from 30 to 44 years. Sheriff Bryan will present these awards. Scott Filson, 30 years. Brian Lammy, 37 years. Ricky Knott, 38 years. And Terry Davis, 44 years. Barry Graves, 44 years. Then at WEMA tonight, Joey Cooper will get an award for serving 36 years with WEMA. And Chad Bernard will give his award, and then Mr. Cooper will give these away for the WEMA employees. Daniel Cowan, 30 years. Lisa Heckman, 31. Lee Bowen, 32. Wayne Cowan, 33. Stephen Fox, 35. Brian Newberry, 35, and Philip Spears, 37. So those people will be honored tonight. You know, we're excited to do that, and this will be the first annual. We hope to do this every year at Thanksgiving to honor our employees and let them know that we're thankful for them.
It's a good time.
Yeah,
appreciation.
I think so.
This is a time of Thanksgiving and appreciation.
For them as well.
What better time? I know most of those you called out.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
And then the award that Sarah and them got for them really are nice awards, and hopefully maybe you'll be able to see some of those as maybe we could bring you a picture of some of those.
Yeah.
But they're really going to be nice, a nice event, and we're thankful for them. And we're glad to be able to recognize them tonight.
Right. You ready to go to a break?
If you want to.
Yes. Let's take a break right here. County Mayor Randall Hutto is with us. A lot more on the other side of this break, right here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. This all brought to you by Absolute Kubota. Premium brands require premium parts and service. Contact Absolute Kubota's Elite Certified Service Department to schedule an appointment. 449-6171. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. They're on the scene of a crash right when you come out of Sumner County. They're in the Davidson on Vietnam Vets going westbound right near Conference Drive. It's heavy right now on 24 east and west. Over here as they wrap up that truck fire we had earlier just up from Harding Place. Of course, it's already heavy in the westbound lanes of I-24 right now up through Antioch coming in from Murfreesboro. When you need dependable towing for that car or a big truck, call STR Towing and Recovery. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Hey, this is Dr. Derek Gregory, and I'm proud to announce to you the opening of our brand new dental practice, Gregory Dental Group, at 1746 West Main Street, just across the road from Sports Village. Come experience modern dentistry at its best. We're always welcoming new patients, and I truly look forward to taking the best care of all your dental needs. Come by or call us today.
That's Gregory Dental Group, 615-444-0322, or online at myLebanonTNDentist.com. Gregory Dental Group. Compassion, knowledge, skill.
Mow, dig, haul, lift. The versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor does it all. Switching attachments is simple, and a smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation. The Kubota BX Series is the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
For sales and service, see Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main Street, Lebanon.
I'm Lebanon Mayor Rick Bell.
And I'm Sarah Haston.
The holidays are a special time in Lebanon. It's the perfect chance to shop local. Every dollar you spend at a Lebanon business strengthens our community by supporting jobs, families, and the heartbeat of our hometown.
The shops and restaurants here are what make our city unique. From gifts and meals to decorations and experiences, every purchase makes a difference.
This season, keep it close to home. Shop local and help Lebanon shine a little brighter this Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us, and we are in our final segment here for a Monday morning, and if you joined us late, County Mayor Randall Hutto is here. Pick up where we left off,
Okay,
I guess.
Coleman. So excited about it, enjoying our employees tonight. Hopefully that will be a good event for everybody. Just talk about what happened last month. Had a chance to go down and speak to what they call the has-been group. They asked me to come down and just talk about Wilson County, and it's people that you will remember. Bill Purcell, and the former comptroller, Mr. Wiles, and Jim Henry, Jimmy Nafee. A lot of that group, and I'm going to carry Stratton Bone with me the next time that I go. But it's a group of the has-beens to get together, and they had me and the Clarksville mayor there just to talk about what's going on in our county, and really enjoyed a little place in Nashville that I went to. And
Jack McCall.
Who's that?
Jack, you said the Clarksville mayor?
No, the one, the Clarksville mayor.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Mr. Pitts.
Okay.
No. And but it was really a good time.
My hearing's not what
That's
it used to
okay.
be.
I'll speak a little louder. But it was really a good time to go and to see them and a lot of old faces. My brother, of course, Roger, had worked for the state for 44 years already, and so he knew a lot of those guys in the legislature. But it was really a good time to do that. Had a chance to meet with John Widrick. John runs the Bridge House, and the Bridge House, really takes care of that foster child when maybe something happens in the home and they're looking to find a place to put them. So he takes care of that in-between time there, but also takes care of the time that when that foster child, 18 years of age, leaves home, still looking for a place to go. He kind of helps there. But a neat little event there that I think that he does for our community, and it was good to be educated on that. Taste of Wilson County happened, of course, last month. We had a good weather. My daughter Megan and her husband Jackson and his dad Jeff really helped me out there. We had some good cheeseburger. Appreciate Melanie Mentor and the people that put that on, because all these are educational scholarships. And the guy at 615 Outdoor Living that donates the grills, which is a pretty big deal. I think the one that was won this year was $1,000. And so thanks to him for what he does there to make that happen. But it's really a good event. Daryl Strawberry, got to go listen to him talk, baseball player, as you well know, and with Tim Bright with FCA, had a kind of a deal at Wilson Bank and Trust. Really a good time. Did some chili cook-off tasting for Wilson County Motor Company. Mitchell and Payne and WP. Matter of fact, you got to go to one today to do that this morning at 9:30. It's going to be a little early for chili, but for Amanda Smith down at Stoner Creek Elementary. So we'll see how that goes for my stomach at lunchtime today. Did not get a chance to go because I had another event, but they had a great ribbon cutting for the new police department at Mount Jewett. And, of course, our own commissioner, Tyler Chandler, was promoted to chief. Well-deserved there. And then we're happy for Chief Mullins, which now moved up in the administrative march with Kenny Martin there. So thanks to him as well. Had the employee health fair. Holly Stockton and her team always do a tremendous job there they get the flu shots out. I know you've been to that many times. Went to the State of Wilson luncheon there with Daryl Crouch. And Daryl Crouch brings lots of leaders around the table just to talk about the things that gaps that need to be bridged that government doesn't take care of, that maybe that somebody else doesn't take care of. And really, he has done a tremendous job with Everyone's Wilson, making those things happen, pulling people together. So thankful for what he does. Started the opioid committee this month with the funds that we give out, about $1 million. Had 24 grant applications. The committee went through those and granted the ones that we could. We give out most of the money. Had to come back for a second meeting to finish that up. We think we made a good decisions there. We're going to send that to the budget committee for final approval this coming month. But to get those in the works. And then we're going to follow up on the money we gave out last year, which was the first time to have those people come in sometime around January, February, and let us know what they did, what was their outcome, and how that money was used and what it was, what difference it made. Got a chance to go to the Veterans Gala with Sabrina C., which puts on there, and her mission has been No Vet Left Behind, and she had great fundraiser there. I'm not for sure, but I think it was over 20-something thousand that she made. And she laughed when I said this at the banquet that night. But she told me a few years ago, I'm going to do this gala. And I just, sometimes a lot of people say things, and you're thinking, well, that sounds like a great idea, but it's a whole lot to pull off. But she pulled it off, and she has this her second year, and which has done a great job, I think, with that. So hats off to what she does there and the rest of her team out there at the Veterans Plaza. Went to the Mayor's Caucus. We have the mayors that get together regionally once a quarter. We met at the Governor's Mansion for the first time. We got a chance to view that, but learned some different information there that's coming down the pike through our legislature, and hopefully there'll be some good things that are going to help Wilson County in that. The Dancing Alliance, of course, got started this month with Michael and Josh out there, and Gail was talking about traffic, and of course that always adds traffic as well, but they've really done a pretty neat job of trying to get people off the road and stack them, so hopefully that will be helping as well. spoke to the Coleman Region Tomorrow group, which is a group what they call the Power of 10 Summit. I had an opportunity to speak on a panel there with some other mayors, talk about growth, and really was a good event. I think Tracy Pope, she's a part of that, which allowed me to be a part of that particular event as well. At a Snyder ribbon cutting, a Snyder electric ribbon cutting on Veterans Day at their particular place, their second building they open up. That particular company does a great job. You think of a lot of the big buildings out there, sometimes people think are logistic companies, paying $14, $15 an hour. Of course, this one is innovative electricity of what they're doing is really setting the stage, and the pay per hour is really good. And so we're thankful when we land a job like that. Thanks to Corey Johns and his group for taking care of that. Veterans Parade, Bill Moss again did a good job of that. Coach Bird and Jeff drove me, and I'm always excited to ride the Model A. Of course, people make more about the Model A than they do about who's in the Model A, but that is a good thing. And Veterans program was good, had a good speaker, great crowd, and good weather this time, so we're happy for that. We did do our office, again, I have a great staff there that sees the needs. They hear calls all the time. And of course, when the government shutdown happened and SNAP benefits were threatened, where a lot of our people were calling, where will I go to get food and stuff, they had a food drive. And collected a lot of food. And we went out and took that food to Cumberland, to the Community Help Center, as well as they're having that food drive all month long. So if you're out there and you want to donate, you can bring it by our office at 228 East Main Street, and they will collect it in our office, and they're going to get it to the groups that need those foods. So again, thanks to Sarah, Brooke, and Christy for making that happen, and Susan. And then we had the dedication of the Buddy Bench. Susan Shaw kind of heads us up with Annie Barter of Wilson County Schools, and Whataburger donated benches to go at 6 of our elementary schools, to where that buddy bench is a bench that sits there. So if a student having a bad day, needs a friend, needs somebody to just maybe a hug, they go sit on that bench, and somebody will come and notice that. And our SROs was there, Alan Carver was there, kind of talked about how they keep an eye on that bench to see that child that sits there. Or if you just want to make a friend, they go sit on that buddy bench, and that's letting people know, hey, I want to make a friend. So really a good deal. So thanks to Susan and them. This is kind of a 3-star event that happened not too long ago, where they put this idea together as a group, and so it actually come to fruition here this last week. Spoke to the Fair Appreciation Group. Pretty good crowd out there on Fair night. I guess you were there.
I was there. I thought you had it was short but sweet. A really good speech.
Well,
one of your best.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And then left there and went to the Lifestyle Magazine, kind of a get-together, a party that they kind of do for the community, and really nice. I think maybe it could be a fundraiser, but maybe also just an appreciation where they had some guest singers. So January Alexander had me to come to that, and really enjoyed that. So I left a little early and went to that, but really a good night overall. Tonight's County Commission meeting will be full. We have Chief Tyler Chandler, which will be there, and he will do the prayer and the pledge. We have a rezoning on property 3503 on Murfreesboro Road in Commissioner Evans's district. Kenneth Hackett will be there to talk to the commission about how you can pay your property taxes at the banks now, and just kind of give a brief overview of that. There will be an opportunity to hire a judicial commissioner, part-time judicial commissioner tonight. Mr. John Gentry will take care of that. On resolutions, we do have coming before them a medical provider agreement with Family Medical Community Healthcare. If you remember, Dr. Wells always ran the clinic for the county commission. He retired not long ago, so they put that out to bid, and this group, Family Medical Community Healthcare, Dr. McKinney is a part of that group. They put a bid in and won that bid, so the county commission will grant that tonight. There will be a resolution for a grant in the health department, also a line item transfer in the sheriff's department. They're going to correct a resolution 25-10-07, which had a little typo in it, so they'll bring that back and get that corrected tonight. There's an appropriation from the general fund to the Veteran Service Contribution line. That's kind of just some flow-through money there. There'll be a line item transfer in the IT department. IT, we're without right now an IT director, and so some of those people had to work a little overtime, so we have to make a line item transfer to take care of them. IT did win a grant that will be doing some extra things there in the courthouse and in the other buildings, and so that grant will come through tonight. We have appropriation for the Archives Reserve Act that will be done with the circuit clerk tonight. We do have 2 refundings tonight. One for $37,655,000, the other one for $48,375,000. Those are 2 debts that we have out there right now. So we will refinance those, meaning we're going to take advantage of lower interest rates than what they are. They give them about 5 or 10 years and put them what they call a call date. Mm-hmm. So during that length of time, when the call comes, you can refinance that, meaning we'll refinance that bond, not extend the years, just lower the interest rate. Both of these refinances here will save us about $3 million total. So great savings, just a good time. A good time to be there. Ashley McAnulty will be a part of that. He's always been our bond counsel, and so he's kind of directs us on that. But excited to take a part of that tonight. Then there'll be appropriation for the general fund, for the sheriff's department, and then an improvement for a one-time line item transfer for the Wilson County Board of Education. And then tonight will be one of the big items tonight would definitely be a rezoning ordinance that's going to be there to go from we had the conversation not long ago about they put it to 2 acres, and then there was a lawsuit that overturned that because of procedures. That's coming back up tonight. Wow. 2 things are probably on the floor there. I think the 2 acres is coming back with a suggestion from the Planning Commission for 1.5 acres. And so that suggestion is just a suggestion. So there could be some conversation back and forth there. Some may want to be a happy medium at 1.5, or it may stay at 2 acres, but that'll be the discussion on the floor tonight.
So that's about it?
Yes,
and
sir.
We're about out of time.
That's great. Got through with it.
Well, we appreciate having you each month.
Yes,
we
sir.
get a lot of information from you, and just keep up the good work. What else can we say?
That's it. Thank you so much for letting me be here.
Have a great one. See you next time. That's going to do it for a Monday. Join us tomorrow. Till then, I wish you a magnificent day.